So let's take a look at the added piece we put in here of how many minutes there were, right? So you can see that we just changed at the very top of the JavaScript here, right? We just added in a property value pair of minutes, right, for every item within the data there, right? You can see that waking up 5 minutes, eating breakfast 20 minutes, learning to code 42 minutes, right? And then that's just going to be reflected here. To have that be reflected like that, we didn't need to change too much as far as that was concerned. Let me just 12 minutes in here. Oh dear. Yeah, so you can see that we said just like completed L here, right? We made minute spot we made minute spot an ID, right? Which is just going to change the heading. So you can see the span is in here, right? Span ID of minute spot, right? So then minute spot is just going to get written into right here in our HTML, which is kind of cool. So just by using a span, we don't actually have to get worried about changing any other HTML. All we just need to say is, okay, yeah, the HTML here or the HTML text in here is going to be whatever that's going to be. So as far as like how that all really works, we say, okay, to total it here, just declare it first. We have a function minute count, which starts a total at 0 for all of the for every item in the data, right? Just add its number of minutes to the running total. When you're done, just reset this spot here, right, that gets written to, reset that to nothing, and then put in minutes total. For some reason, when you didn't reset that, it just wrote that on top of it as well. So if you said 67 minutes and you got rid of the 5 and the 42, right, it should be 20, but it would say 67, 20 right after it. So that was kind of weird. So for some reason, this line of code sometimes helped things. Otherwise, as far as implementing that or getting things to write properly, you can see that when we were writing, so in the update to-do items, for the to-dos HTML, we said, okay, yeah, we're just going to add in the number of minutes just like we did with tasks. So we added in this little piece here that gets reflected right here, you know, and then add inline just to-do minutes there, to-do.minutes. So that just puts in the number of minutes for each individual item there, but then the total piece that we have, I believe we had already discussed. But otherwise, it doesn't make a massive difference. You can see that it's just writing all that stuff in the same way that we would add in any other element. You know, we're just writing that in. So otherwise, let me take a peek if there's anything else about minutes that would have shown up. Oh, okay, yeah. So to actually get those number of minutes for a new item is kind of cool as well. We said, okay, within the adding a new item function here, we say, okay, well, the number of minutes is just going to be based on, it's going to be an integer version of a prompt return, which is based on, this is going to give you a string. So prompt of whatever gives you a string. And then within that prompt, we say input l.value. So end result, really, if we just try this out, we say like, okay, I want to go to bed, right? If I click add here, it says, okay, how many minutes will go to bed take? So I can add in whatever number of minutes, right? It might take me 100 minutes, which is cool. And then just writes that in there. No real issues, right? Because you can see that this updates properly, right, outside of that. It's really simple. It's just saying that, yeah, when you're creating a task, right, because the task is whatever the input value is, it starts, its doneness starts at false, and then its number of minutes is just based on a prompt. So we could have had that put in some other input box, but given that there's only one input at a time that you can add, right, just using a prompt seems reasonable enough. So yeah, that's just how you have the number of minutes, using mostly some other code from some other stuff, but yeah, easy enough.